Hello, everybody. How are you? Absolutely gorgeous day in Pittsburgh, the Steel City, and we're continuing our series as I roll up this window. Yes, I said roll. Communities in the Pittsburgh areas, and guys, there's so many to cover. We're just going to try to hit them as the opportunity presents itself. And right now we're going to talk about East Liberty. Now, really fascinating because it's in a confluence of a lot of high-profile communities in Pittsburgh, including Shadyside, just to the south. Now, East Liberty is a little bit south of here, north of Shadyside, and continues that central city theme of leafy trees, big old homes, great schools, and just really heroic winter snow shoveling, winter snow clearance from the city. Heroic levels of winter closure. Now, East Liberty was founded in 1777. It was originally settled in 1760. And a lot of the people that from East Liberty moved here from Ohio, where they had set up a similar neighborhood in Cleveland called West Liberty. And they're sons and daughters of Clevelanders. And what happened was they loved the Cleveland area except for two things. One, the horrible football team, and two, the weather. Now, interestingly, West Liberty in the Cleveland area was founded way earlier, like in the late 1600s, because it was one of the first landing points for the settlers coming to the Cleveland area over the Great Lakes. It was one of the original ports along the Cleveland ocean lakefront there. So after years of terrible football and horrible weather, they said, look, we've got cousins in Pittsburgh. Let's go to Pittsburgh. We'll start over. And their parents gave them the blessing because they had suffered through so many years of bad football, and they just couldn't take it. And they knew Pittsburgh was on the rise, and they said, you have our blessing. So some sons and daughters, some grandsons and granddaughters of some of the original settlers of West Liberty in the Cleveland area came to Pittsburgh. And of course, what would they name their neighborhood? East Liberty, that's right. It's the East Liberty version of West Liberty in Cleveland. And what does that mean? It means that they are people that only want the best. And shortly after arriving here, what happened? That's right. One of the biggest sports dynasties in the world started to develop. Now you were saying, well, you said it was 1700s. That's right. The sports dominance of the Pittsburgh area started way back in the 1700s. Now, the sports were a little bit different there. They had hurling, they had croquet, they had tennis, and they had shuttlecock. And it turned out that East Liberty had some of the best shuttlecock players in the world. And it's similar to badminton, and it's just that the net's a little higher, the cock is a little heavier, and the rackets are just slightly bigger. And so it's not as light and fast as badminton, but shuttlecock, if you have some strength and some endurance, you could do well in that sport. And it turned out that East Liberty were some of the best shuttlecock players in the world. So it sort of has a landed gentry type of a feel, that sport. It's like a little bit white shoe, meaning rich kids, basically. And to a certain extent, that was true. But as time evolved and they expanded the shuttlecock programs in the Pittsburgh schools, Pittsburgh in general emerged on all socioeconomic levels as a shuttlecock force to be reckoned with. And in fact, in the 1799 shuttlecock championships in Paris, there were two American teams left of the final four teams. You had one team from Germany, one team from France, and two American teams, one of which was from East Liberty. So East Liberty, if there's any claim to fame, the shuttlecock history here is you can drive down this road, and again, East Liberty is slightly south of here, but you can drive through East Liberty and glance over. You'll see shuttlecock birdies flying above the hedges, okay, because people are out there practicing. And a lot of times you'll see the high school teams, the high school shuttlecock teams, jogging at 6 o'clock in the morning, guys, out jogging. Now, are they just jogging to get into condition? No, they're improving their hand-eye coordination because they take a racket and each of them has their own shuttlecock as they run down the street. And they're bouncing it off of the racket. They're hitting it behind their head. They're bouncing it between their legs. You know what I mean? They're keeping it popped and they pop it in the air. Pop, pop, pop as they run down the street. So they're developing their wrist. They're developing their legs, their lungs. And guys, listen to this. How about this for intimidation? These teams, these East Liberty shuttlecock teams, will jog to their meets, shuttlecocking the whole way. So if they have to play a team in Oakland, which is a neighborhood of Pittsburgh, or if they have to go to Monroeville, it doesn't matter. They will jog the entire way down there, guys, shuttlecocking the whole way. Now, why do they do that? They do that for one reason. One is to stay in shape. The other is to completely demoralize their opponents, because they are showing up after having run the whole way to the meet. Then they play you and dominate you. And you go home, if you're a player from any other neighborhood, having just been, you're having your clock cleaned by these Liberty shuttlecock teams, that's when you go home and cry into your pillow, because you know you just got beat by the best. And you'll never, ever be able to match that level of competition. So, guys, these are not things I know about. I don't know anything about East Liberty. These are things I learned because I talk to the people. I get down in the nooks and crannies of these neighborhoods, guys. And this is something I learned at the Wendy's. I was getting my Asiago chicken, and somebody heard me talking about these videos and said, you got to do a video in East Liberty. And they had an East Liberty Shuttlecock Champion 1979 t-shirt on. And I watched as they walked out to their car. On the back of this lady's car, she had a bumper sticker on the back of her SUV. It said, Shuttlecock Mom, East Liberty High School. So it's well known around here that you don't mess around with the shuttlecock excellence in East Liberty, because you're about to get trounced. Well, guys, that's all I have for now. We'll have more on East Liberty and all of these neighborhoods as we go along. We're going to be here for a few more days in the Berg and come back and, come back for another Jiu-Jitsu parody.